What's up, you guys? Today's video is different and real and honest and open, and I'm a little nervous to talk about it, but I think it's really important. And I've gone back and forth with sharing this and not sharing this, but I think I need to. That'll make sense in a minute, I promise. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a recovering addict who served time in prison, and my whole life story is down below. You can follow me on any other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Patreon. That's all in the description box down below. I have a vlog channel too. I'm probably going to be updating this situation on my Patreon as this gets better, because I know that it will get better and everything's going to be fine. But I do share more behind the scenes stuff on Patreon. It's only $2, but it's just like faster and easier for me to just put that there. So like I said, today's video is going to be different. I'm struggling. Sometimes just saying it out loud helps, but I am struggling. For those of you that don't know, I have PTSD, depression, anxiety, and insomnia. And that's a big bag of fuck this. That's how I feel right now. I have 9 years sober, but right now it feels like I have 6 months sober because I can't sleep. And every night I'm having nightmares to the point where I'm a little freaked out by it. So this has been going on for about 3 weeks now. I have not been running on more than 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, maybe. That's probably pushing it. I'm waking up 10 times a night. I'm having nightmares almost every night. Now, the first time I had a really crappy dream, I don't even remember it, and it was like 2 months ago probably a little less than 2 months ago. But I woke up and the back of my legs were killing me. They were in so much pain. It felt like I had a really weird workout because the backs of my upper legs were really, really sore. And I told Reese, and he's trying to, stretch and pull and just kind of get blood into those muscles on both of my legs. And we're talking about it. He said, "You must have slept weird. You must have stiffened up in your sleep and held that for a long time. And that must be the issue, because I went to bed, felt fine, woke up, and then had leg pain." And I'm like, God, that's weird. Who stiffens up so tightly in their sleep that their legs hurt the next day? And I'm like, gosh, this is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Didn't even pay any attention because the pain went away. Well, 3 weeks ago is when I first started having a hard time going to sleep. And I first started waking up 10 times a night, having horrible dreams. The first bad dream that I remember was about my friend who passed away when I was 19. He was shot. I've never shared that story. I haven't thought about that in a long time. I'm 31, so it's been a long time. And I haven't told that story or shared that story or thought about that story, honestly. And a couple of days after that, I had a dream that I was in a really gross trailer. It was like from an episode of Hoarders, but in a trailer. And a friend of mine that passed away last year was there, and we were using, and it was just a mess. And this is the theme of all of these dreams every night almost. What's consistent is me not being able to sleep. The dreams just keep getting kind of worse. So the other night I woke up pouring in sweat, just covered in sweat. That hasn't happened to me since I first got sober. And I don't want to say this to worry anybody. I will figure this out. I have a great support team. I am so blessed, and I have a psychology background. I will work this out. But I do want to say this is how people relapse after so long. Because addiction and recovery is a lifelong road for so many, myself included. And while for a long time I thought, oh, as long as you take care of your mental health, you're gonna be fine. Well, while that is true, this is just a bump in the road right now. And I didn't want to cry when I'm talking about this, but I'm just really tired, and this is super personal to me. And often I don't talk about a lot of the things that I deal with in my mental health just because there's no reason, just because it's something that is super personal. I have talked a lot about what I have, but I don't really share what I go through. So I pre-film my videos on the days I feel good. And then if I don't feel good and I'm sad or depressed or struggling or anxious, I don't film. But I'm the kind of person that is always strong for everyone else. And sometimes that is a weakness of mine, because then it's like, oh, who's taking care of Jessica, right? Now, there are reasons for this bump in the road. And if you're going through this, try to recognize where it started, because if you can get to the core of the problem and where this started, the insomnia and the bad dreams, if you can kind of figure out where that started for you, then you can start to find a solution. So often that can be a change in your routine. It can be a memory that you had that triggered this. It could be somebody visiting from out of town that you haven't seen in a long time. Sometimes traveling can cause it. There's a lot of different things. Ending a relationship or ending a friendship can cause these things as well. I don't really know what's causing mine just yet, and that sucks, but I'll figure it out and I will get past this. Like I said, I don't want anyone to worry about me, but this is just, it's a very frustrating thing that I'm going through, and I wish I had the answer. I wish that it was just easy all the time and that I was okay and I'm recovered and I don't think about using and I don't have these bad dreams and I'm completely mentally healthy. I don't know what the hell that looks like, but it sounded good just then. I don't want to sugarcoat my struggles and the things that I'm going through, and my insomnia and my PTSD are at an all-time high right now. To be having these dreams after so long is really frustrating. So right now, I don't feel like I'm 9 years sober. I feel like I'm 6 months sober, which is stupid and it's frustrating, and I'm super annoyed that my brain is broken and that my brain doesn't want to make the happy chemical and my brain doesn't want to turn off. I also date a man that falls asleep instantly and then snores really loud, so that's like he's screaming at me, I'm sleeping and you can't. It's not his fault at all, but I just can't fall asleep. Now I've tried everything from hot tea to melatonin. I've tried everything. I do not want to get put on sleeping medication right now. I just feel like personally for me, that's not a route that I would like to go. I am also not going to relapse. There is no chance in hell that I'm going to relapse. I will figure out a solution to this and I will overcome this, and it's just a bump in the road. But these bumps in the road are so important to talk about because this could cause a relapse in someone. I have an amazing support team in Reese and my friends and my circle. I want to give a huge shout out to my friend G-Man right now who stayed up late and talked to me about all of the things that is going on in my brain. He also struggles with PTSD, and it's so important to find friends that understand you. It's very easy just to say, oh, I'm sorry you're going through that, but to be understood is so much more impactful. And if you can find friends that understand you and where you're coming from and what you're going through, that means everything. So thank you so much, G-Man. I love and appreciate you so much. Like I mentioned, these bumps in the road are so important to talk about. So if you are going through this or something similar, you are not alone. Addiction and recovery, long-term recovery, is difficult at times. You know, I had years where I felt like, oh, that was just a bad dream. That's not who I really was. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And I started to talk about it all and bring it all to the surface. I'm also writing my autobiography and I'm 40,000 words deep into that. So maybe that is causing my insomnia. And if it is, maybe I just need to take a little bit of a break from that right now. As much as I want to give you something that's amazing and heartfelt and real and honest and open and deep, as much as I want to give you this amazing autobiography, that could be the cause of why I'm going through this right now. So I just have to kind of put the brakes on that. And I love you guys so much for asking me every day when it's coming out. I can't give you an answer, but just know that I appreciate you so much. I smile every time you ask because it makes me so happy that you guys want to know me and know my story. And I just don't know what I would do without you guys. This channel keeps me grounded, helping you keeps me grounded, and doing everything that I do online. I had to start sharing my story and helping the people that I could because it took myself out of my own head. And for me, that is the number one thing that has kept me sober, is helping people and giving back. And there are no words for how thankful I am for that. I love you guys. Hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep tonight. And if you guys are going through that, I'm so sorry. It will pass. Find out where it's coming from. And if you can't, just know that you are so much stronger than you realize. You are completely capable of overcoming these bumps in the road. If you don't know if one of your friends is struggling with mental health, this might help you. Anxiety looks like a clean house, and depression looks like a messy one. So if your friend always has a messy house and, you know, dishes are piling up or laundry's piling up and you see that that person is struggling, maybe don't offer, just go over there and help them. Little things like that can help so much. And then once the space is clean, it can help us feel so much better. Depression is not just in our mind. Depression is in our body and we have no energy, and it's like this gut-wrenching thing that just drains every ambition that we have. So you do have physical symptoms of mental health. So if you do know somebody that is struggling or you're currently struggling, reach out for help. Ask someone to come over. Ask someone to have a cleaning party with you or whatever it is that's going to make you feel better. And please, above all else, know that you are not alone and you are so much stronger than you know. I'm going to end today's video here. As always, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sober, whatever that looks like to you, because there is no wrong way to recover. And I will see you guys in my next one.